Hello, this is the Jayman Show. I'm your host, Jaiye Bynoe, and my guest today is Andrea. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show today.
I'm doing well. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to see you, Jay. So
Yeah, me too.
I'm
Absolutely.
good. I'm excited.
It'll be a great show. Okay. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you like? Obviously, about what you like to do and what you. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So my name is Adriana, but people call me like they pronounce it differently, so trust me, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
But basically, I am a junior in college. I study communications. Um, my aspiration is to be a director and producer of film.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my dream too. Yeah. So,
Yes.
so what got you interested in want in being a producer and director?
Well, it's actually funny. We're kind of in the same boat. So basically, BNN, Boston Neighborhood Network, shout out to you all, has really impacted me. And, specific people especially has really impacted me. I'm not sure if I can give the shout out names, but if I can, I will.
Yeah. You can. You can.
Okay, so Monique, Isabella, David, Barbara. I'm missing one other Charles. Like
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch. Like there's a whole bunch. There's a whole group. And they really just came together. And of course, I may be missing some people. But they came together and they made this Youth Voices group. And that's where we really learned how to express ourselves through media. And as a child, you don't really understand. You can make media, you can make television, and when I tell you, when I found out, I was like, wow, it's just an easier way of expressing myself. And that's really why I fell in love with it. It's something that I feel like anyone can do, and it doesn't matter like where you come from or what walk of life you may be in. But I just think it's a great opportunity, and I honestly think that everyone should try to like get into it and just see if it's for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you also sing? Do you also want to be a singer and actor? I mean, actress.
So it's so funny. I always had in my head to be like an actor. I always wanted that, semi. It's something I definitely thought about. I have acted before. It's something that I'm very comfortable with. So I mean, it's something that I may get into in the future. I would definitely say if I produce my own films and things of that nature, I would probably act in my own films, and just be one of my own cast members, which I think would be cool. But I would definitely consider doing that once I get my foot in the door of being like the director and a producer, like, and I want to be big, big
Yeah,
time.
absolutely. Have you auditioned for Boston Casting? Because I'm in that and they can help you too. Boston Casting.
Wow. So I heard of Boston casting, but I wasn't really sure of how to get my foot in the door. It was something that I definitely wanted to do, but I just really didn't know how to do so. I mean, it's something that I feel like I would have so much fun in because for me, it's so funny. Playing multiple different roles and personalities is hilarious.
Yeah,
Because I feel like throughout the day, sometimes even us as humans, we have different feelings that we feel. So maybe playing like this one individual, maybe like an alter ego of maybe how we really feel. So I think that it would definitely be something to consider. Like it's a fun way of being creative and kind of getting yourself out there.
well, I can definitely help you with that. I can help you audition.
Yes,
That's
definitely. That would be great.
absolutely. And yeah, and I can definitely have you send reach out to my producer who can help you.
Oh, yes. That would when I tell you that would be amazing because I want to be able to put myself in a place where I can grow and I can learn different things. And I feel like sometimes you have to expand yourself and expand the people you know so that you can be able to network because sometimes standing in that little box is it's not going to do it for you. You really have to like reach out and like speak to different people, check on people, see how they're doing, because you really never know what walks of life people end up in, and then you see someone so successful and you're like, wait, how'd you get there?
Yeah,
So yeah, that would be great, honestly.
yeah, I'll definitely help you find a show. And what else you like to do for fun? I mean, besides acting and singing, you know?
Well, I would say what I like to do for fun. I would mostly say I like to paint sometimes. I definitely try to paint. It's very therapeutic for me. It's something that brings me into a different zone. I feel like sometimes when, like, say if I'm not having like the best day, if I can just have my book and like I'll have my paintbrushes and everything ready and I'll just, paint away. And it's so like calming. And a lot of people don't think of painting as something that, would be therapeutic or something that they would really want to do because it's so messy. But it's something for me that really brings me joy. And I also I dance. I do enjoy dancing. But I mostly do that like to myself. And I love stepping. Stepping is one of my like things. Like I was step captain in high school. I participated on a step team in college, and I'm just so excited. Like I'm ready to do more. So that's why when you told me about the opportunity, I'm like, hey, maybe this is another one for me.
I hear you. Because my sister used to step too, so maybe you guys
Yes.
meet up, so I got introduced to her, so yeah.
Yes, I'm telling you, stepping, and it's so funny. It's in the line of my family. My mom stepped, my sister stepped, I stepped. So it's like we are steppers. So it's really a lovely thing. Finding different things that you enjoy, and that brings you peace and kind of can get you like withdrawn from
Yeah,
social media and like the actual world sometimes. It's really helpful.
yeah, sure is. And like I said, I love being one of your films, so I'm gonna have to too. So
Definitely. I'm telling you, when once I record a little here and there, but it's not the films that I really want to produce. But once I get them going, you will be one of the first people I call.
yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And you can
Yes,
also want to have you in my films as well, my shows too. So
of course. I'm more than willing.
okay, yeah. And so have you met any recent? Have you ever met any celebrities? Anybody famous?
Have I met anyone famous? I actually have. And it's so funny because I have his autograph. I just can't.
Mm.
I have it somewhere. I would have had it ready, but
That's okay. Yeah.
but I have his autograph. He was actually he's a chef on the Food Network. I forget his name, I'm not going to lie.
Mhm.
But he's really cool. He actually came to my school. We hung out. He was talking to me cuz I'm a vegetarian as well, so I don't eat a lot of things that, people that aren't vegetarian would eat. And also I don't eat fish either. So
Oh,
we was having a conversation in regards to like diet plans and stuff like that. So it was really cool to get a professional's experience, or yeah, experience in like how they eat, and then telling me because they said they was vegetarian for a certain amount of time, and just like helping me. So that was cool. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I met many other celebrities, honestly. I'm the type of person like if it comes, it comes. Like I love good people. For me, I'm gonna be honest with you, good people are celebrities.
uh,
Like if you're a great person in my eyes, you're a celebrity. You are idolized because something you do, like because you're so great in what you do, you're going to become amazing. Whenever it is, you are like you're a celebrity. Like that's just how I see it.
I have to bless. I have to appreciate you saying that. It means a lot to me. And
Yes, no, definitely. Like I seen you put in a lot of work to your shows. You work really hard, very professional. So it's like you are gonna make it very far. Like I can see it. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited for you too. And
Thank you.
also aside, being on board. So yes, because this
Yes.
week I'll make it together. That's how I see. I try and help people make we should reach their dreams too, and inspiration. So that's
Yes.
you know.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you like to travel when you have time?
Travel. Ooh. So now it's a really kind of
Yeah.
hard time for traveling, but I do really love to travel. One of my like best experiences for traveling was Bermuda.
Oh wow.
Um, I loved it. When I tell you Bermuda, like the air is so beautiful. The people are so nice. Like, like in Boston, it's very hard.
Yeah.
to sometimes interact with people and for someone to think you're actually being genuine, or sometimes for you to interact with people and then people just don't want to interact back.
Yeah.
But in Bermuda, it's like I had to learn, like, oh, okay, this is how they are here. They're very nice. Like, they're very sweet people. They're very caring. They're catering. Like, it was just very sweet. And when I tell you, and I think also maybe the reason why I got that energy was also because I stayed at a resort. But at the same time, I did meet some people that lived there, and it was just amazing. They was just like, I met this one girl. We actually went off the resort and we did like a little hike. And then we seen like a really nice pond, and I got to see like the little animals they had there. And it's just so beautiful. I feel like everyone should travel. I feel like it will really open your eyes. And also, I'm not just gonna say travel to resorts. I'm gonna say travel to, you know, places where people don't want to travel to, because then you have more appreciation for what you have. So but Bermuda was like one of the best. Like, I think I want to live there. Like, that's how good it
I
is.
hear you. I mean, I feel, I hear you. I feel the same way, 'cause I love the weather.
Yes.
I love the hot weather, so I don't want the cold weather, So, I hear what you mean.
Yes. Warm weather for me is everything.
Oh yes, absolutely, so you don't like, so you don't like winter, like you don't like cold weather in the winter time? I know.
Mm.
Never,
I think you could tell it in my face. But no,
okay,
I I I can't do winter. Like, I don't like, I like looking at it from
yeah,
my window.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's it. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand. I get too cold. It's just not for me. Like, once winter comes, I'm hibernating practically.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Would you want to move to California or Florida, or so you want to go to winter time? That's my dream, what a,
I mean, that's definitely been a strong consideration. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that has been a strong consideration. Like, for me, I always told myself like I would move to Florida. I would move to, yeah, I would definitely move to Florida, where I would start, because I just like the warm weather.
yeah,
And then I said to myself, but I want to end up in Bermuda.
mhm, yeah,
So I don't know. I definitely see myself moving. I'm definitely not to stay in Boston. I know that I have to expand myself. And I feel like I won't be able to do that unless I leave Boston. So I'm definitely leaving. And I'm gonna be very excited because when I do, it's gonna be a nice warm weather
yeah.
and great connections.
I said I love to go with because kind of want to stay either, so
Yes.
absolutely. So I'm definitely down too, so
Yes. Seriously.
thank you. I appreciate it. That means a lot to me, Yes. So when do you plan on leaving Boston? This year, next year?
I would say, when I plan on leaving Boston, I would say next year max. That's just giving myself like extra time to be, you know, transparent.
Yeah.
But I really do plan on leaving sooner than later. Just because for me, Boston's a beautiful place. It's a great place when you can make connections. It's great for school. It's great for a lot of things. I don't want people thinking, watching this, like, oh my goodness, should I not go to Boston? Like, no, Boston is great, but you have to have a reason of why you want to go to any place you want to go to. And I feel as though Boston, especially when you've been in Boston for so long, you can only get so much from that area. You have to move on. It's like staying at the same job for maybe 20 years. Yes, but if you stay in that one position and you don't move up and you don't, learn anything new, and it's kind of like the same routine, what are you really doing?
I know.
So that's how I feel about moving. I definitely just feel like new environments open new doors. They open new occupations. They open new friendships. And I also feel like when you, depending on where you move, it also really does a big perspective change on your life,
Yes.
because you could be in the city
Mhm.
and then you can go to the suburbs, and everyone knows that's two drastically different areas in the way that they operate and the way of public transportation, like a lot of different things. So I just feel like, you know Boston is great for people that know exactly why they want to be here. If you're here for a job, great. pursue that job. Make sure that you're doing all you can do to, continue to grow. But at the same time, you also have to know when it is ready, or when you are ready, or when you should pack up your stuff and move on to the next thing.
I know. I definitely agree with you. I kind of said better myself, because you have to get out there and see what's out there for you, and do it best for
Yes.
you. So I definitely understand. So I definitely hear that, and like I said, I'm following your lead, So I'm following your lead,
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely. So I guess my next question is, how do you feel about what do you think we can do to change the world? Even if for all the killing, hatred, I mean, everything, the George Foreman. And so how did that affect you? How does everything affecting you right now? Coronavirus. How is this all affecting you?
I mean, I would say this is really a hard time. I feel like it's a hard time for a couple of different reasons. I feel like we're dealing with so much, and one, definitely not enough time. Um, and I feel like we have been hit with multiple different challenges.
Hmm.
And I it's really hard because speaking of like anything like this is really touchy. But when I do speak on this, I'm someone that likes to exercise, my opinion. And I'm also someone that's very open-minded and that is willing to hear anybody's side, whether you're on the opposite side of me. I'm definitely willing to hear that side. What I would say is I think that people really need to be willing and wanting to change. And not only that, I also feel as though when so first, I feel like you have to know a community.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you know of Domingos de Rosa, but he actually does a lot with the council, like in Boston, the city council, and he works really hard to, help the children just grow and like better themselves and get out the street. And that's something that I love because that's how you can make a difference. If you're in the streets helping these children so that they can grow and show them, the importance of being out there and, hear or let these people hearing your voice, that is how you can change it. I've seen a lot of changes that he has done already and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And just making sure that you're supportive, the thing, even on social media, if you see something that is voicing something that I feel as though that you may believe, then share it, support it. It's like, it's so crazy because support goes a long way and it doesn't have to come from a phone call. It doesn't have to come from a text. Nowadays, if you repost something, you're supporting it, So I just feel like just definitely, being out there, making your mark, letting the people know who you are, see your face, and let them know that you're not happy with what's going on. And that's what these people are doing. They are literally out there. They pick up needles
Hmm.
and they dispose of them so that their children and the rest of the neighborhood kids can come and, be productive. And it's like you can't be productive if you're not getting the proper help. But for me, I would just say, people just need to want to change. You have to want to change, you have to want to make a difference, and you have to want better for yourself, and you
Yes.
have to be selfless.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Selfless. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I definitely hear what you're saying though, because it's the one that you try and help any way you can. So I hear
Yes, exactly.
you. Yeah. So I guess my next question is where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now doing?
Well, honestly, I see myself definitely growing. I would say growing, I see myself growing on a mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
Hmm.
Um, but I also see myself as a businesswoman, as my own businesswoman. I do not see myself like I can work for people. That's not a problem. I don't have any issue working with people, for people, anything of that nature. But I want to be my own boss because I want to be able to have my own schedule. I want to be able to network the way I would like. I want to be able to, make my own contracts. There's a lot of things that I want to do. And I feel as though when you're working for someone else, it's really hard to do so. So, first, I want to have my own company. I want it to be established and I want it to be, like properly done. I want it to be like legalized. Like, I don't want it to be a company that the government doesn't know about. Like, I need everything to be official,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's very important, and that's one way how you look, I would say, and it's not even reliable, but I would say like, what's the word I'm looking
Um,
for? No, you know, not reliable, but
um, yeah, what is that word?
I'm trying to think and I can't think of it right now.
Responsible? Um,
In a sense, yeah, it could be responsible. Yeah, it definitely could be responsible. Yes, so that I'm responsible. And for me, I also want to have people that I see, like, yeah, younger people or even older people, honestly, it doesn't really matter, that I see a little of me in, and I want to help them because I know that if someone could have grabbed my hand at the right time and the right person, because sometimes you, like, sometimes the people that are telling you, it's really hard to listen to them because, you know, these people are always telling you stuff,
yeah.
you know, so it's
Mhm.
like, man, do I really want to listen to them, or are they just saying this? But sometimes when you have that third person come in and be like, hey, I'm going to take you, I'm going to guide you, and you're going to be successful.
Mhm.
That really helps. And that's really what I want to provide back to my community, and even outside of my community as well, because I know that there are people that may be facing, you know, issues that maybe I haven't even imagined, but I would love to help, you know? So I really see myself as being like in a sense, like a teacher and a mentor, and being a businesswoman. I want to be someone that people can look up to and be like, wow, she worked really hard and now she's here in life and she's very successful. And for me, one of my biggest things with when I see myself in 5 years with my business, um, one of my main goals, like, I would love to make films
Mhm.
inspired for African American women, especially young women. I feel like there's a lot of things that people don't really tell us and people don't try to teach us. And it's really hard because you're just expected to just know it as you grow up. Like, you're just expected, like, oh yeah, I thought you knew that, you know? And it's really hard for someone to know something if they're not raised in a family that doesn't, you know, have that knowledge of teaching them. So for me, I would say that it's really, for me, like, it's really essential that I have those key points that I learned growing up, and for me to be like, okay, what's going to make me a strong African American woman? And all those key points is what I want to have in my film, because I want to touch girls like me. I want to touch girls that feel like, hey, I'm a minority, and, you know, maybe I don't, like, I may not always feel like people care about me, but I want them to know that someone does care about them. And that's really all I want. Like, I just want to be able to reach people in different ways, whether it's person to person or whether it's, you know,
Yeah.
from a film that they're watching from me. You know,
Yeah.
that's really what I'm looking forward to doing.
Yeah, and I definitely support you. That's a must the thing to do. You know, I'm definitely support you for that. You know, I respect you. That's we should
Thank
all do
you.
it. Yes, absolutely. So I guess my next question is, do you plan to have a podcast show in the future, like me? Uh,
So I definitely do. I just don't, I'm gonna be honest, like, I wanna get, I don't know, this is a thing. I have content, right? I know exactly what I want to produce. I just don't know if I want to produce it like strictly on my lonesome and just put it out,
mhm.
or if I want to produce it, you know, in a sense like how you're doing.
Yeah,
And then I also thought, like, I do love speaking with people, you know, I do enjoy having, like, I love, you know, interviews. I really do, whether I'm the interviewee or the interviewer.
yeah,
It's something that is just, it's a lot of fun to me, you know. I feel like it's when you can really express yourself and get your points across and have a great conversation. For me, I feel like it's something that I would really look forward to doing. I just have to figure out what type of content I would want to produce on um, that specific platform. And that's really all it comes down to. I really want to organize exactly how I want to do this. And the thing about the films I want to create is I know what they are supposed to look like.
yes,
If they don't look like it, it's not going to be the way I need it to be. So that's really how I see it. And that's how I'm running with it. So once I can feel confident and I know I can get that work done and I can get that actual like my own projects done, then I'll be like, okay. And then I would definitely want to do something where it's like I'm speaking with people, interacting with people, making different connections and learning something new about a whole bunch of different people because you never know what people have to offer you.
Absolutely. That's the thing, you never know. And I can definitely help you with that, So
Yes.
I'll definitely help you so we can meet up, I can help you. I'm always available, so it's not a problem. So
No, definitely. I'm practically available as well. Um, but we can definitely work something out. We'll figure out a time. Like, trust me, that's something I love to do. And for me, it just puts more positivity and more, things that's gonna be good for me to do. So I definitely understand.
okay, yeah. And like I said, I mean, I definitely can tell you just some great things, and I can definitely help you with the Boston casting. I can, I'll put
Yes.
yourself,
That
so that's no problem.
yes, that would be amazing. I'm telling you, I would love it. It would be something that I would really, I feel like run with.
Yeah,
Something that gets you out of your element.
yeah. Because I need to do some kind of for next month this month, so I can send you the website and you can apply,
Oh yes.
up to and so it's just it's bostongasting.org, I think, and we can just Google it, but I can send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Oh yes, definitely. I'm telling you, I will definitely look into it because especially now, like I wonder how they're going about that. Are they doing like virtual or is it more in person?
I think it's good to do with COVID stuff, but
Oh, that is beautiful. I would love, yes, that would be something I would definitely love to get my foot into just because it's something that I really haven't.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So what are your plans for the holidays? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's?
Ooh, honestly, with COVID going on, probably not much. Um, for me, my family normally we do excuse me, normally we do really big things for holidays. However, um, due to COVID, my grandparents and great grandmother, they just really need to kind of, well, it's more so my great grandmother because she's a little older, and we just want to make sure that she's safe and she's not getting any type of sickness, whether it's a flu, whether it's a cold. We just don't want her to get sick. So just making sure that there's not too many crowds or not as many people there. We may just stop by, say hello, and like increments of people, but that's about it. Mostly just kind of focusing on myself, reevaluating my goals. I really want to make sure that this year, like for me personally, this year has been very productive. But I also want to make sure that next year is very productive. And I need to, plan out my goals and the things that I really want to accomplish for the next year. And I feel like when I do that, then, I feel a little more settled. But for me, this year, holidays just doesn't feel the same.
I know it doesn't feel the same, because everything since it's so enclosed, I mean, it's like it's not like it used to be,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like it's definitely a different feeling now. It's it's kind of crazy because um I remember Halloween, I was in my room and I'm just relaxing and people are like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything because I feel like for me the coronavirus is really getting out of hand
Yes.
and I just don't have time, like I really need to make sure that I'm safe
Yeah.
and I need to make sure that the people around me are safe. And I would definitely recommend everybody take precautions that they need to just because you don't know how this could affect you and also it's still something that's being discovered and corrected and fixed. So it's like you really just want to make sure you're on the healthy side. So if you don't take your vitamins, please do. Any supplements you need to have, please get them because and I would also recommend restocking on waters because I hear a lockdown is bound to come.
Yeah. I hear this might go into 2021 and beyond. You never know, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
you never know. I'm telling you, everything might just be gone in a minute. Like when everything was just off the shelves when the coronavirus first started, I was like, wow. But it's really crazy. Like that stuff really does happen. I would never expect to see that in my time, honestly. I would have never expected to go through something like this. Like never, but can never say never.
That's true. I never thought I started to do it just myself. It's crazy. And
Exactly.
I would also suggest getting a flu shot. That helps too. And get tested for coronavirus. Because people are dying still. It's crazy. It's scary. It's
Yes.
also scary.
It is very scary, and it's like and then the crazy thing is you really don't know who has it and who
Uh-huh.
doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And it's like people can give it to you and then not know they gave it to you. And it's just like, this is why people really need to take precautions of, distancing themselves, being alone,
Hmm.
giving themselves that time to, you know, have that 14 or however many days you may need to recover and quarantine, because you never know. And for me, one thing, I'm not even gonna lie, one thing that I have noticed for a couple of my friends and family members that's very concerning, um, is I know a lot of jobs that have, like, the COVID checks,
Hmm.
but they continuously have reoccurring individuals that get diagnosed with the coronavirus. And for me, that is very like crazy. And then they have them go back to work, and then it happens again and again and again. And for me, I just feel like it's not only the people that need to take the precautions, it's also the businesses. And that's something that we need to establish as well as people, because we can't be taken advantage of, and I feel like that's very important that people understand that this needs to be taken serious, and our lives matter. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. You should not be working in an environment where the coronavirus has been reoccurring and continuously just reoccurs. Like, I'm sorry, that's not safe, and I don't think any company should think that's safe either.
Yeah, absolutely not. I definitely agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So, are you also into producing music and singing? Because I can put you onto some producer if you wanted to, that can help you maybe if you sing. So,
I
that's,
mean, I'm not gonna lie. So I used to sing gospel.
oh,
When I was growing up, I used to sing in the church.
hmm, oh,
I used to sing gospel. And now I don't. I don't really practice singing much. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't, like, I don't know what it is, but for me, maybe I just need to train my vocals again, because that's something that I did when I was younger. But I'm definitely getting into the creative side. I would say now I'm more of like, I like melodies. I like to mess with melodies. That's the type of person I am. It's just like um it's so funny because the things that come out of my head, and like the sometimes, like, even the lyrics that I write, it's so interesting. It's like, where did you come, like, where did that come up with in your head? But I'm really a melody type of person. I get into music. It's so funny because I don't really tell people this, so you're like the first one getting it. I don't really get into the conversation of music, but I do enjoy music and I do write music. Like I said, I'm more on the melody side. I do have a little raps under my belt. However, we'll see. But it's something that I definitely want to get into and I want to kind of pursue. I just I'm very particular in the way I want to pursue certain things, because I want to take them serious and I want them to take me far. So, I mean, I'm all down. I'm all willing for someone to hear and then give me constructive criticism and then tell me, like, hey, I think this would be great if you add this. Or I think this would be great if you just fix this or tweak that. Like, I love that. I'm all about constructive criticism and like hearing what people have to say and kind of like networking, because I feel like I see myself in a lot of different fields in
hmm,
a sense. I see myself in the acting sense. I see
yeah,
myself as a producer. I see myself in front of the camera, behind the camera. I see myself, doing a little melodies, dropping a little songs. But it's definitely something that's in the works. But it's so crazy that you brought that up. It's so crazy. But yes, you definitely got the first, what do you call it? The first insight on my music
yeah,
career.
yeah. Because I can definitely put you in touch with some people. So I know a guy from Sony Records who might be helping you. And he's helping me. So that's why I said I can put you on as
Oh,
well. I
nice.
can. So I can definitely give his email phone number, give him a call, so at time maybe you can have him send something else. You never know, so
No, definitely. When I tell you, I'm all with the connections and seeing what is going to be the best fit for me and what I can run with, because at this point I'm it's so crazy because I I feel like I should accomplish so much more, but it's really the pressure I put on myself, and I feel like a lot of people do that. I know a lot of people that do that, that's in my age range, and they always like down themselves, but sometimes I really have to think like, hey, when my parents was this age, they didn't have this together. It's okay, I can have a little more time, I'm still getting certain things together. So it's definitely something that I'm really trying to do. I just want to see what's going to be my best fit, where I can end up.
mhm.
It's exciting. Like, I feel like my path is only, it's not even discovered yet, it's being
Yeah,
explored a tad.
yeah, because I know a guy Clifton who's helping artists in the Boston area, so maybe he can help you. I saw him this weekend, so he sent the media so I can send me, I can have him email because he's looking for artists. So I think you should actually hook up, and because it might be able to help you.
Definitely, I really appreciate all the help. I'm telling you, I am just grateful. I'm grateful for every opportunity. I'm grateful for every experience I have been in. Every person I have met has taught me something, whether it was a lesson or whether it was, something that I actually learned. Not like a trial and tribulation lesson, but more of like something that was really beneficial to me. And honestly, Jay, like I said, I have seen you work so hard. I already knew you was going to be successful in what you were doing. You just pushed it to the limit. And I see you still pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. And it's going to be great. It's going to be lovely. And everything you aspire it to be is exactly what it's going to come out to be. And like, I'm telling you, it's so crazy because the connections you make with people and then the connections they can give you, it's crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like, I would have never thought
Mhm.
that Jay would be like, "Oh, I can help you with this. I can help you with that. I can help you with this," And it's like, "Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Like, I appreciate it, because I'm going to take it. I'm going to learn, and then whenever I can help, I'm going to help because I got all the help. And I feel like that's what I'm saying. You can't be self-centered. You can't be greedy. You
Yeah,
have to learn how to share the love, the information, the education, everything, because that's how you have people that are, in a sense, ignorant to certain things. And you don't want ignorance. You really want people to be well aware of what you're doing, what's going on, and what you want to pursue in life.
yeah, absolutely, Yeah, so like I said, I'll definitely give you this information. I'll send it to you tonight, and you guys will hook up, and yeah, see what happens.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would definitely love that.
absolutely. Are you also on social media? Uh,
Yes, I am on social media. I have an Instagram. Um, my Instagram. I I'm pretty sure my Instagram is ADRIZ _BAE. I'm pretty sure that is my Instagram. Um, that's kind of how I like to like keep people up to date. I'm mostly a picture person, but I want to start posting more like content of the things that I love to do on my Instagram. So you all, if people can definitely help and push me with that, just give me a little more motivation. If you want to see more, then please let me know because I'll be more than happy. If the people want it, I'm here for it.
yeah, I definitely would love to see more from you, more videos, more we can do. So you
Yes, definitely.
definitely,
You and me both.
yeah, absolutely, Yeah, so and you still plan on leaving Boston next year, probably? Um,
I do. I really do. Just to get a different scenery.
yeah, I hate.
Even if I'm still in like Mass,
Mhm.
I'll definitely still leave Boston. Because it's just
Oh, yeah,
Boston's a great place. But like I said,
yeah,
it's just not for everyone, especially if you live there for a long time.
yeah. I hear you. It's not for me. Just like I just
Yes.
so yeah, I'd love to go with you. So yeah, I hear.
Yes, we're on the same page with that one.
Okay, okay, absolutely. Okay, and well, this like I said, this was so good talking to you. Get a little more about your story, And are there any final words you want to say to your fans, your viewers?
I just want to say, well, first of all, I want to say, Jay, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
You have been a great host. You have been amazing with, helping me with making connections. And if you haven't already, or if you haven't seen Jay's, you know, post or anything that he does, you need to tune in because it's something to live for. Okay. You know how people normally say it's something to die for? No, this is something to live for. Honestly, Jay really gives me life, great positive energy. If you're ever looking for somebody to be an inspiration, a role model, or just help you, Jay is a really great person. As you can see, Jay is doing his thing right now. Okay. And he's going to continue to be successful. I would just definitely tell people to just stay tuned to you and what you're doing because you are going to be the one to bring up, I feel like, the next big thing, I feel like you're gonna have the interview of the next big thing coming out. So I'm telling people stay tuned because I'm gonna be staying tuned too.
Yeah. Thank you. That's just a blessing to hear that, and I'll definitely have you on my show. You can definitely come on my show anytime you want, I, I
Yes,
definitely
of
want to,
course.
I definitely want to meet up with you so I can help you any way I can,
Yes,
So whenever you're free, we can meet up anytime, it's no problem. So you got my,
yes,
you got my number, right? Give it to you.
yes, I do.
Okay, okay, yeah,
Yes,
and it's okay if I post a video on YouTube or
yes. Go ahead.
okay,
Do it however you need to do it.
and I'll send it to tonight, and I'll just send it to B and then so they can hear it, and so I'm ready to help you any way I can, so you reach out anytime you want, Dan. I'm always here.
Yes, definitely. I really appreciate you just being so helpful, really. Like, it means the world to me, okay? I don't think you understand, but you will see. You'll see.
And being able to be to have you on my show, it's such a blessing to talk to meet you, and know more about you, your story, and like I said, I mean, you can reach out to my producer, and we can have or next time maybe we can do a Zoom call for
Yes.
that, so you know,
We will definitely be in touch, and this is not going to be the only Jay and Adriana
no,
anything you will see, okay? You all will see us again.
absolutely for you soon, I promise.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. So good to talk to you. Have a wonderful night, and like I said, I'm always here for you. It's such a good blessing to meet you again, because you really changed my life, and you said something that I needed to hear, so I'm grateful for that.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a blessed night, and I hope everyone else does too.
Me too. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, thank you so
Yes, we'll
much.
talk soon.
Take care. God bless you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.